The Attack on Pearl Harbor by Cassie Bowers. Pearl Harbor is a United States naval base on an island near Honolulu, Hawaii. Early morning on December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor was hit by a surprise attack by the Imperial Japanese Navy, launching one of the most deadly attacks in U.S. history. This attack on the Hawaiian United States Naval Base would change the course of history forever. Japanese fighters and bombers began striking the United States Navy battleships stationed at Pearl Harbor. 4 of the 8 ships were sunk and many others were damaged. Cruisers, destroyers, and an anti-aircraft training ship were also damaged. 300 United States aircraft were destroyed. 2,500 Americans were killed and 1,000 Americans wounded in this attack against the United States. Japan's objective was to destroy important American fleet units, preventing the Pacific Fleet from interfering with the Japanese conquest of the Dutch East Indies. They also hoped that it would buy them some time to position and increase their naval strength. One disadvantage the Japanese did not realize was that the Pacific Fleet ships were in shallow water, so it would be relatively easy to salvage and possibly repair them. Some of the battleships that were damaged in the Pearl Harbor attack were then repaired and used in World War II. The USS Arizona was a total loss for the Pacific Fleet. The USS Nevada was raised and then repaired. The USS Oklahoma was capsized and raised but never repaired. There is now a memorial at Pearl Harbor for the ships and lives lost on this day. This attack led the United States to now enter World War II. The United States repaired many of the damaged ships that they later used in World War II. The next day, on December 8, 1941, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President of the United States, declared war on Japan, which Congress approved. Just 3 days later, the Japanese allies, Germany and Italy, also declared war on the United States. More than 2 years later, America had finally joined World War II on the side of the Allies. A speech that will forever go down in history, the infamy speech by Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, members of the Senate, of the House of Representatives, yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy, the United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The United States was at peace with that nation, and at the solicitation of Japan, was still in conversation with its government and its emperor, looking toward the maintenance of peace in the Pacific. Indeed, 1 hour after Japanese air squadrons had commenced bombing in the American island of Oahu, The Japanese ambassador to the United States and his colleague delivered to our Secretary of State a formal reply to a recent American message. Japan has therefore undertaken a surprise offensive extending throughout the Pacific area. The facts of yesterday and today speak for themselves. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory. With confidence in our armed forces, with the unbounding determination of our people, we will gain the inevitable triumph, so help us God.
The attack on Pearl Harbor will always live up to its name, a date which will live in infamy. Thank you.